Okay, this video we're going to talk about view ranges again, and then underlays. The view range can be complicated. Okay, I'll grant you that. It takes a little while to get your head wrapped around it. But let's go to our ground floor, and we'll go to view range. And there's a keyboard shortcut for that. It's VR. You know, if you're interested in using those things. If you open up your view range and you click on show, and it gives you a graphic, an idea. So a plan view, a floor plan or a reflected ceiling plan, is a section view. And we've said that before in your previous class and this class and 1129. The floor plan is a section view, and typically the cut plane is at 4 feet above the finished floor. Sometimes we'll move that up or down as we're modeling, but when it comes time for creating drawings, we want to set that cut plane back to 4 feet. If there are things above or below that need to show up on the floor plan, then we can create a different view that can include that, and we'll cover that later. Okay, just letting you know that, yeah, we can, fit that. Like in the example here, I don't know if this is a window or not, but if this were a window, it's above the cut plane, so it's not going to show up. So we can adjust the view range in that particular area so that the window does show. And we will be doing that in future classes for sure. Okay. Now, in this graphic, the numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the 4 items over here. This are the ranges. Okay, so the top is just that. It's the top of the view. So everything below that will be considered to be in our plan view. And we can change these based on levels in your project, the associated level, whichever one you're working on, or a level above. And then it lists out anything above that. And then unlimited. Okay, which unlimited we would use like on a roof plan or on a site plan. Okay, so that we're way up high looking down. Okay, cut plane is always on the associated level. Okay, the bottom is just that. It's the bottom of the view, so anything down to that point will be included in the view as it's cut. Okay, anything that's between bottom and view depth in this yellow area here could be shown, but it uses a beyond line style type. Okay, if you remember back when we were doing wall sections in AutoCAD, we had a wood cut and then a wood beyond, same kind of a thing. So in this case, if our view range was down here to 4, then these footings right here would be considered beyond, and they would have a specific line type that would show up. Okay, you can put positive values in here and negative values, okay, to go below a level or above a level. So I'm going to hide that. And right now, you can see everything should be showing between ground levels. Okay, so if I change my view depth here to the level below, in this case I have an elevator pit level below. Now I want you to watch right here around the elevator pit. I'm going to apply that, and we basically saw no change because it stops at that level, the elevator pit. Below that level is the footing for the elevator pit. So if I give this a negative, I don't know, 2 feet. Now you can see it picked up that floor or the structural footing that is below there. And so we picked that up. Okay, Reflected ceiling plans are the reverse, meaning that it's looking up. The view range works the same, it's just now you're looking up in that. Now, if when you have stairs, ramps, floors, and structural floors, they appear differently in that they have I want to say it's like a 4-foot range beyond whatever your stated bottom is, that those will show. So just keep in mind that floors, stairs, and ramps work differently within view range. Okay, once again, if we had a site plan, and I haven't created a site plan in here, but in this case, the view range on site plan, you can give it a depth, a distance. In this case, it's like 200 feet above and stops at the lowest level, the elevator pit. If we could set those to unlimited, you're not going to change anything because I don't have a site plan. But this way you can see all of your earthwork and your topo stuff, of which we will be getting into in a few weeks. I think that covers the thing on view range. One thing that you'll see in a lot of my videos that I have a tendency to keep the bottom and the view depth, the same as I'm working on a project. Depending upon the view that you want, like sometimes like our basement plan views, we'll want to show the basement floor, but we'll also want to show the footings below that. So we use that with our view range. So we adjust our view range so that those things are showing up. Okay, so the view range can be confusing, especially when we're modeling, because you'll see in my videos that I adjust these things a lot when I'm modeling. But then once I get ready to create drawings, I go back and I set them exactly as to what I want to show on that particular drawings, okay? And so if you need a little help with this, I've got another video that I've posted here in the class and in the other class that explains a little bit more about view ranges, so you can reference that. Now, let's talk about underlays. And usually we'll use underlays when we're modeling. It's not so much used in drawing documentation, but it is helpful. And an underlay is, if you think of exactly that, it's like a piece of tracing paper laid under your drawing, and you can look at it and reference it and trace over it. So if I go to level 1, no, let's go to level 2. Come on. And I want to turn on underlay, and I'm going to use level 1, and it's going to look up to level 2, and I'm going to go look up. Oh, I won't look down, sorry. All right, so now underlays, this is basically a view range. And so what I'm saying is the bottom of my view range is level 1, the top of my view range is level 2. And I'm looking down, so it's a floor plan view. And what it shows me in this grayed outline here is the walls that are on level 1. Okay, and so I can use this to create new walls that are directly above them. The only problem is in your underlay is at coarse detail. It is not at fine detail. So you can't pick faces of core. You can only pick face of wall, or you can pick center line of wall for alignment, okay? When you're working at underlays, down here, let's see, where's it at? I thought that there was a select. Select pin, select underlay objects. Okay, so if you turn that on, you can actually select your underlay items. Okay, so now that's if I wanted an underlay of that. Okay, so I'm gonna go to level 1, and in level 1, I can work on my walls, but I've already created ceilings. Okay, and in this level 1, so let me turn that view on. I put some acoustical ceilings in, and of course you can select your walls and work on them. But if you have furniture, okay, just for giggles, let's put some desk in here, okay. Okay, so I think if we have some furniture in here, on my ceiling plan, furniture doesn't show up. And you say, well, you know, why do I need furniture on that? Okay, so think about your lighting. You may want to, whether it's lighting, that's the most obvious thing that I can think of. Or if you have a decorative ceiling, like a trade ceiling or some special ceiling of some kind. And you have your furniture plan, and you know where, you know, office furniture is going to go, and you want to make sure lighting and ceiling fixtures and things like that are conducive to the furniture. What we can do is, on our floor plan, is we can turn on an underlay, and for base level, we'll say level 1, level 2, and we're going to go look up because we're going to be looking at the ceiling. And now we can see our ceiling grid. And if we had lights in here, then we can, you know, now we can adjust, you know, we can adjust furniture based on ceiling grid, or we can adjust ceiling, you know, we can see what changes might we need to make to the ceiling grid, whether it's change the orientation of it or center it up, things like that. It's just another method that we've got to be able to look at two different things at one time. Because on the ceiling plan, it doesn't show furniture. And you say, well, we could adjust our view range. No, you can't adjust view ranges that much on a reflected ceiling plan. You're kind of limited in that. Okay, so that got us on the view range and underlays.